welcome to this masterclass on designing your daily method of operation, the leadership operating system. So, welcome in. You are in the right place. Okay, if you are here, you are in the right place. So, the reason you are here today is because if you're watching this, you are a leader, or you are a parent, a professional, an entrepreneur, maybe you're a doctor, maybe you're a coach, or a leader in some shape or form. Okay. Now, I found that for me, I have big goals. So if you don't know who I am, thank you, Judy, for joining. Great to see you here. So Judy is one of our annual VIP clients in students in the Legacy Leader Circle. So welcome in, and welcome who is everyone else who is joining as well. And if you're watching live, comment down below live. And if you're watching the replay of this, because obviously I'm shooting this in London, United Kingdom, then great to see you too, Judy. So lovely to see you. And if you're watching this in anywhere around the world, you're probably watching the replay, unless you're committed, like Judy, who's watching this from Canada. But then comment down below replay. Okay, I'm just joking. Everyone's committed who's watching this. So thank you to the dead servant who's joining on. So thank you so much for being here. So comment down below replay if you're watching the replay, and if you still need your workbook, then comment down below workbook, and I will reach out to you afterwards because obviously I'm live now with the workbook. Okay, so I want to get crack on and get straight into it. Now, what are we talking about today? What is this daily method of operation? Okay. Now, if you are in, if you're an entrepreneur, particularly if you're a network marketer or an entrepreneur of some shape or form, no worries, Judy. We will send the workbook right out to you. I obviously have your email already, but anyone else who needs it, if you just private message me workbook, or comment down below workbook, and I will send that out to you. Okay, and I'll do that today. So, if you are an entrepreneur, and this is not just for entrepreneurs, but I'm just saying this is where I learned this from. Daily method of operation. And it was actually when I was a network marketer. And I was really introduced to this concept of a daily method of operation. Now, essentially, it's a routine. Okay. It is a daily set of activities that you can do. Okay, what's the big deal in that, right? We all have some sort of daily routine we do. Okay. The difference is this is very much tied into the version of you, right? You might want to call it like my mentor, Bob Proctor, God rest his soul, he would call it the type C goal version of yourself. What does that mean? It means the big dream that seems so crazy that you do not want to tell anybody about. That dream times by 10. That dream. And I don't just mean you think this is just about your career, you think this is just about your business or your leadership of your community. It's not. It is about every single area of your life, and actually for those that you love and those that you serve as well. It's a beautiful positive ripple effect. So thank you so much for showing up here today, because by showing up for yourself, you are actually showing up for those that you love and those that you serve, or those that you are aspiring to do so with your service. Okay, so it is really about tapping into that version of you, that version of your life right here, right now. Absolutely with gratitude for the life you have right here, right now. Okay, because even if you are right now growing through extremely challenging time, okay, even if you're going through a really challenging time, and it is a real like dark night of the soul, okay, I get it, I've been there too. If that is a situation for you, then this is actually allowing you to call upon your higher self, to call upon that version of you, to call upon, whether you want to say it's the divine coming through you, however you look at it. That is what you're pulling on deeply. And I did a podcast on this on Wednesday, so check that out. It's called the Warrior heart mindsets, and I go much deeper into that. And if you need that, then let me know, and I will send you the recording of the Warrior Heart mindset. Okay, but I go deep into that. But what I want us to do now is I want us to really tap into what is this big dream. But what I want you to do is when you leave today, you're going to be leaving with the daily method of operation. Like, what is it I need to do every day to achieve that dream? Now, look, some things, there's nuance to this, okay? So some things may need to be done on a weekly basis. Some things may need to be done on a monthly basis. Some things are things that you are really, really wanting for your loved ones. So obviously it's their own free will. We can't change people. Trust me, I have tried. It doesn't work. Has to come from within, okay? But what we can do and what we can really focus upon is the actions that we can do as a leader, or leading by example, so that positive ripple effect, we are creating the best environment, for example, for my kids, for my marriage, for the work I do, whether it's as a doctor, where I'm on here with you, right? Whatever it is, we are creating the absolute best environment possible for them through us actually focusing on ourselves and our own growth. Okay. And that is the best way to do it. It also means that the opportunity cost to this is going down the path of fear and worry and doubt. And what that does is it creates anxiety. And trust me, as a medical doctor, I can tell you this is how the body starts to actually disintegrate into various diseases. So you are then, therefore, by focusing on your daily method of operation, which we're going to come to, and you will be leaving with that today, you are making a commitment to yourself, to your vision, to your dreams, to your purpose, right? To that version of you, maybe right now, or maybe 5 years ago, or 10 years ago, or last week, whenever it was, or right now, that I'm doing this. I am doing this, and I am not giving up. And that meant by showing up for yourself. Okay. Is there work involved? Yes. I really would love to tell you, no, just do this meditation and it's done. But it is done, meaning it is a decision that you have now made, and then it is a committed decision. So the committed aspect is the daily method of operation. And what that means is you are now going to be growing into that version of you where this is just their lifestyle. This is just their new normal. This is just their life. This is just what they do. Okay. So yes, there is growth involved, of course, right? It doesn't come straight away. It's not always easy. So I just adjust my chair here. It's not always easy, but it is actually that simple. It is actually that simple. Okay. But it takes personal development. It takes spiritual development. It takes professional development. Okay. We all think about professional development, but what about our personal growth? What about our spiritual growth? Okay. This is what self-leadership is all about. So if you are an emerging leader, or you are a leader, or you want to be a leader, and whether that's at home, leading your family, right? So I have two beautiful kids I'm so grateful for, age 6 and 8, who I lead alongside my husband. We are leading them, right? But that starts with how we lead ourselves. How am I leading myself? How am I showing up, right? And I don't need to be perfect, right? But it is how I show up, especially in those challenging, turbulent times. It's a choice. Okay, it is a choice. So what I want us to do now is I want us to take a sheet of paper, okay? And I want you to really lead into what is your goal, or what is your dream life, okay? Now, obviously, you can go deeper into this later if you want to, but what I would like us to do is to really lean into that. Now, it's really important that we lean into all aspects of our life, okay? So our health, where are you right now with your health? That is something you don't feel so great about. It isn't just about aesthetics of how it looks. I'm talking about how you feel, right? You want to feel strong, you feel resilient, full of energy, full of vibrant energy, okay, whatever it is. So where are you right now, and what is it? So two spokes, and what is it that you would love to be, right? What opposite? You may need to take a moment and definitely watch this again later on, but definitely you want to have a think about what is the opposite of this that I aspire to. Because the days when you're tired and you sort of not quite got to the result yet, you'll want to know why. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this to myself? What am I doing this for? Right? Everyone else seems to just be doing whatever they want. Why am I doing this? Why? You need to know why. Okay. And that is your commitment to yourself, not to me, right? It's not to your hobby, it's not to your kids, it's not to anyone else around you, it's to yourself. It's to yourself. Okay. And this is what self-love really is. This conversation, this is self-love. Okay, you showing up here, right now, you staying on here, right now, and having the courage to actually know that this is not just a pipe dream, I can do this. That is self-love. That is self-care, right? And then the actions around that. So, health. Then we have wealth. Obviously, you can do this in any order, but I definitely health comes first in the tree of life. The trunk is your health. Okay. So then wealth. What is that peace of mind number? What is it? What is your salary right now per month, or however you receive your income, whether it's inheritance or through your business or whatever, or copy other people's goals or something you've seen on Instagram. Don't do something you think you should do something you want. How do you know? It makes you feel excited and a bit scared at the same time. Okay. And makes you welcome. Maybe it is like, for me, it is a mortgage is paid off in full. Okay. And early. Way early. So the mortgage is paid off in full now. It is a revenue in my business with profit to the point that I'm able to take all school holidays off with my kids, and spend that time with them. So now I'm almost there with that, which I'm so grateful for. I'm so grateful for. So I do some really early morning clinics sometimes, but I'm so grateful that I can see it all happening now. It's like so beautiful. I'm so grateful I put in that work. The mindset work which we're doing now, as well as the strategy, the DMO, which we can talk about. So, what is that? Okay. If there's a certain lifestyle that you want, like a house that you want to live in, a certain area you want to live in, like what kind of holidays do you go to? How do you spend your days? And importantly, moving on to the next, and when I want a number written down, okay, like it might be a monthly number, it might be an annual number, whatever it is, but I want you to think of what that number is. And I mean think big, but you might need to look up on Zoopla or Rightmove or whatever it is in your country, like, okay, how much is a house in that area with 5 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, or whatever it is that you want. Okay. That's what I did, and I'm grateful to say I'm now in my new home. We bought it last year, and did it take work? Yes, but we had to have a goal, like Google Maps, right? You need a goal. Where am I going? Where am I going? You can refine it as you go along if you want, but you still need to have some direction. This is what it's all about. Okay. And the reason why a DMO, a daily method of operation, is so important is because it actually focuses your mind and it prevents decision fatigue. Decision fatigue you don't need because you've made a decision, a committed decision. But what you don't want to do is be remaking that decision every single day. Right. So what I found is with my daily method of operation was, there was a time when in the growth of becoming that version of you, you have made the commitment to yourself, you do want it. Meditation, which is part of my DMO, right? See, so that's what we're going to go into. So I want you to write down that peace of mind number. Then work. Now work, divine law of compensation. Okay, so look it up if you've not heard of it. But essentially, you want multiple sources of income. You want to be providing multiple sources of service, and that includes your service as whatever your family roles are. Now, I don't mean we're being subservient. I don't mean it in that way. Obviously, healthy boundaries. Obviously, it depends. That means you may well have to have really strong boundaries, and that is in a period of healing. Okay, and I get that. And you do get that back in multiple ways. Some things might be an actual job
or an actual business. And otherwise, it's just the way, it's just what you're putting out there into the world as well. Okay. So divine law of compensation and work. I actually want you to write down under the work column, divine law of compensation, just so that you get that concept. Okay. Because it is more that you're putting out there into the world and having fulfillment around that. That is how you then receive as well. But we're not doing this from, we're doing this from a place of wholeness, okay, not from a place of need, like I really need this. No, we have to do it from a place of wholeness, from a place of gratitude for where we're at right here, right now. Okay. So, and then the fourth thing is love, relationships. Okay. So a relationship with myself, relationship with the divine. Okay. With the spiritual laws, relationships, your service users, whatever that is, healthy dynamic, healthy relationships. Okay. So now that you've written that down, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to imagine with me. This is visualization meditation. It's like a mini, you know, not even 30-second, almost like a mini movie. Take it, you can either take a scene or you can take the whole thing. So I like to replay the whole thing as like a mini movie. And what this does is it's actually tones your mental faculty. It really tones it. And I want you to actually imagine this in the present tense. Really important that this is a seed you're planting right now. Or maybe you planted this a long time ago and you kind of forgot about it. Well, not forgot about it, you kind of gave up because you're like, nothing's happening. So just go about it. It can happen. And I'm here to show you how. Okay. But what I want you to do is now you're nurturing it, you're watering that seed with gratitude, and you're watering it with your imagination, your mental faculty imagination. And the water itself is your thought energy. It's your actual thoughts. It's a choice of belief. That's what faith is, right? So close your eyes and imagine that. And I want you to do that every single day, minimum 3 times a day. If you can do more, awesome. Okay. But it's about being in that state whilst you are also having gratitude for where you're at right here, right now, with mindfulness. So is like this is work, okay, but it's fun work, I think, and it is worth it. Okay, so now that you've written that down, and I'm going to send you tools to help you with all of this, okay, with the workbook. But this is the Warrior Heart DMO frame. My today, what needs my leadership? And remember, this is also leading yourself or your family service. Number two is aligned. So you're going to reconnect with your values. What are your values? Okay. And you're going to reconnect with your faith, your purpose, and your vision. And you need to do that every single day. That is with this like mini movie that you're doing. Okay, this meditation. So every day, 3 times a day, you are already connected, but you are like watering that connection or reconnection. I'm just reading my notes here. Number three, act. Okay, so now you're going to be actually doing your daily method of operation. So write down right now. I'm asking you to do this right now in each of those columns. What is it that I need to do to achieve this goal? And I only want one or two things. Now it might be focus on my nutrition. Okay, fine. It might be just that's just where you're at right now, and that is fine. But you will see, okay, I need refinement in this, right? And okay, what exactly is it? And you may need to see a nutritionist, or you may need to get some sort of plan. But you then have your DMO for the next day of, right, well, this is what I need to do. I need to have that plan sorted, right? Then the next thing is, for example, if it's with your health, it may be if you are feeling doubt, worry, fear, it may be that you need to really lean into gratitude and journaling and meditate. You are supported with your goals. There with daily coaching. And Judy will tell you as an annual member that if you come in for the annual, you'll get a one-to-one consultation with me where we go deep, don't we, Judy? We go deep into your life and leadership activation. We have a one-to-one consultation where we really go deep into that. And then there's like a 90-day game plan and report that you receive for that. And obviously I'm there to help you with that. Okay, so thank you. Judy says it's so good. It's so good. So thank you, Judy, for sharing that. I really appreciate that. And feel free to, I don't know if Judy wants this or not, but if you're happy to, if you feel comfortable, feel free to, people can ask, Judy for her thoughts and, on that. If you want to just check in, you can book a complimentary call with me, complimentary clarity call with me if you just want to check our alignment, check it's right for you. But I can help you with this. I can help you go deep into this with your current challenges and your goals that you want to work on. Okay. And the number 4 is reflect. Okay. So celebrate the progress that you've made so far. Every action counts. This is growth, right? This is growth. It's meant imperfect, but it is all perfect because it's by the divine coming through you. But still, yeah, it doesn't feel like that sometimes in the moment. But it's only when you then look back and think, wow, look how far I've come, right? When it suddenly kind of almost catches up with you one day of like, okay, I've still got more to go, but like, oh my gosh, I can see like results now. I can see traction. It really does take work, but it doesn't mean like it's it's hustle and grind. Self goals, these are big goals. They may take time, they may take 6 months, 3 months, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, etc. But what we're doing is we're breaking it down into a 90-day game plan, right? A 90-day game plan. Okay, that's really important. So you can private message me LLC, which is Legacy Leader Circles, if you've got questions, and you want to join the membership too. But that will really, really help you with that. Okay, now what we're moving on to is the Warrior Heart Daily Planner. Okay, and you're going to get all of this. So we talked about the vision. We talked about what is the one thing in each of those columns. What is the one core thing that you're focusing on? So basically, you end up with almost like a mini DMO for each column. Okay. Now, yeah, you can go further and further. Initially feels like, oh, there's so much for like one thing, but you've got to really narrow it down because do you know what you're thinking of? You are thinking, and right now when you're doing this, and it feels good, hopefully, you are leading yourself in that moment when it is maybe 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. If you want to join me, I woke up at 5 a.m. this morning to do this. You want to it's you tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. or maybe you choose to do this later on in the day, whatever it is. But that version of you that is like, I really want to do this, but I'm so tired. I don't know how bothered, but I'm not. And it's all this thoughts that you've got to switch it up in that moment and just be like, no, this is thought energy, and I can literally be using this. I'm literally watering a weed of disbelief in that moment, of disbelief and procrastination. And instead, and I know a lot of the time it's not that you're not motivated, it's just that there are other factors, or be looking after people, or I get it when it's like the middle of like some the kids talking about Paw Patrol or something's going on. I can't obviously just stop everything and do my strength training, right? Or just jump live. Like I get it, but you have an option as to when you want to schedule it in and to make it happen somehow, even if it's some version of it, even if it's like 50% of what you thought you were going to do. That is way more than just completely abandoning it. That is also belief in your dream. The more you do it, the more you do it, the more you show up for yourself every single day. This is watering really a new identity. This is the whole of life, right? This whole of life we're in. This is an identity of yourself, right? So this is really what we're doing is uncovering all belief systems that no longer work for us. We've kind of forgotten the true version of ourselves. And yeah, sometimes it might feel like a rebirth or a reawakening, but really it is you. It is a real you. Okay. So it's really important that you have all of that down. You're focusing on your faith, your health, family, leadership, work, wealth, service, your emotional well-being. This is all important. All of it has to be balanced. Do not just pick one area. Okay? Do not do that, because this is how people become unbalanced. They lose their family along the way, or they lose their finances, or they lose their health. You have to have it all balanced. Is it going to be perfectly balanced every single day, all day? No, of course not. But in the intention of that, behind that, right? When I could be up at night at, sending out messages, inviting people to my masterclass, right? You probably hear because you may well have got an invite or you saw a post or something. But if I was doing that when my kid at the same time was like, "Mummy, can we play football, please?" And it's like, okay, right when I said I'm committed to myself and I'm going to be doing it at this moment, and then they've also decided to wake up at 5:30 a.m. and they're like, "Mummy, mummy." Am I just going to be like, "No, just go back to bed," but etc. Like, no, I'm like, well, this is the journey I've chosen, and that's my family leadership. So as you're doing this, you're growing into it of like, oh, okay, well, doing it that way is maybe not quite right, the right way for me. Maybe I'll try this way tomorrow. Maybe and so that's what I mean. It does feel clunky and awkward, but when you lean back into your values every single moment of the day and you tap back into that, that's why that meditation is so important. It makes you hone into that's what's so important in this moment. Because in this moment is when he needs me. But I can also, I've chosen this specific business model for me because I can send that message after, right? And that's a different version of Vidya sending that message. It might just look like words to the person at the end, but that the energy behind that is one of like calm motherhood, calm leadership, and the right people are aligned to that as well. Okay, so and at the end, you just ask yourself, did I become more like the leader that I want to be, that I'm evolving into? So this is all an evolution, right? This is an evolution. This is the next generation of yourself, basically. Okay, so it's the next version of yourself that you are cultivating, you are nurturing. Okay, every moment of the day, it's a choice in what you want to do. It's a choice for me to right here, right now, do this masterclass with you in my lunch break. I didn't have to do that, right? In between my morning and afternoon clinic, it's a choice. So these are the key things I want you to lean into: my vision, my warrior heart life wheel that's going through each area of life. Okay, your faith, your health, your emotional well-being, family, relationships, leadership, career, wealth, service, and literally rating it out of 10. What's my strongest? What's my weakest? And you do need to do this deep analysis work in order to have the best DMO. And when you do this on like a weekly basis, it ensures that that DMO becomes more and more and more refined. You can't just take what this person said for health and what that person said, because it may not work for you. There's got to be something that works for you, but it only comes from doing it every day, leaning into it, really giving it your best shot, and then knowing, but then looking at, with your journey feedback as to like what went really well and what was like, okay, what happened then? What was the thing? Was it a mind thing? No, it was just like, okay, I need to find another method, because that's not working for me. Sometimes you just know this is just not the model for me. But I have to fulfill this in some shape or form. That is the growth. Okay. So I want you to make sure right now you have something written in every single column, even if right now it is what is the next step. Okay. So if it's something that you need to look into, but by the end of this, you have literally have it written out exactly what it is that you need to do. Okay. And this is where, by the way, as I said, the annual legacy leaders come into play, because you get that in detail, exactly what it is that you need to do. All right. So you have the vision in your mind. And as my mentor said, you can hold it in your hand. And the gap there is, in my opinion, coming into Legacy Leader Circle annual. And you come in, we have our one-to-one consultation. We go deep into life and leadership. What is your vision? And we have a 90-day game plan. Okay. And then basically what you do is you just do it again the next 90 days and the next 90 days. And basically, this is your life. This is your lifestyle that you're creating. It's not some sort of, don't see it like with health as if it's like a diet. Do not do that. To transform your mind, body, and lives ago. Okay, I knew that it's first 21 days. Do you know what I mean? You need to get through those first 21 days in order to have the rest of your life, right? So it's a sort it's you can do it. You can do it. And I'm here doing it with you. I've got my own DMO. I've got my own DMO, and I'm doing this alongside you. Okay. And then you have to think, as I said, the DMO framework: assess, align, act, and reflect. So you do that every day. Your daily alignment card. What is the one core thing? So you're doing your DMO, everything's important. But what is maybe the one core thing that you're like, I've just got to get this in. So for me, for a long time, it was the exercise piece. And then I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to start with it. Right. And then sometimes it was a business piece. And it was like, I'm just going to start with that. So as a habit gets firmed in, it starts creating these roots and it gets really firmed in. Then it's more like, okay, now I need to feel like I need to set more roots than the other one. They're a bit like they could fall over any time. So let me start with that. Right. And I will wake up at 5 a.m. and do that. Okay. So that is just to give you an idea. My morning DMO will start with prayer, reflection, gratitude, vision, movement, work on my business, writing a Substack article, reaching out to people about my latest article or masterclass, reaching nurturing relationships, that relationship capital with those I'm serving, my beautiful students, clients. My DMO, that is the anchor. That is if you have a jar, and you've got the big pebbles that go in. That is your DMO of all we talked about: health, wealth, and work and love, the core pillars. And then the sand, which is all like, emails and all these other things that seem urgent, they could pour them in afterwards and it will fill in all the gaps. But you've got your pebbles in. You've got the pebbles of your life. You've got the life pillars in. Otherwise, what happens is end up so busy with trivial things, basically, in the long term, in the basic of it. Okay, so now you have your DMO. It's not perfect, I know that, but you need something to start with so that when it is later on today, if you want to get started, just get going now. And if you're that committed, I would strongly advise that you check out the comments down below and you click the link to join Legacy Leader Circle. We can all come in for monthly. It's only $47 per month. Cancel any time, no contract. Get live masterclass every single month on healing, on wealth, and on leadership, okay, as well as relationships. So it is all there for you, right? This is leadership, this is life mastery, this is emotional well-being. And whether your leadership is more at home or is more in your career or more in your business, or like me doing all of it, you absolutely can do this, and I'm here to help you. Comment down below workbook if you need it. Comment down below LLC or private message me if you've got any questions at all. Very happy to reach out to you, or we can jump on a quick call to check if you're happy, any questions. But honestly, this is it. Now it's a commitment. Now it is a commitment. We've all done this. We've all attended these wonderful webinars, and then it was great for a couple of days and then kind of just all fizzled out. So I'm here to help you with this. Daily accountability in the group. Come join Legacy Leaders. Sending you so much love and light. Do let me know if you've got any questions at all. And if you like this, if this resonates, imagine having this for like having this kind of coaching every single day in Legacy Leader Circle. I'm here to answer your questions, get live masterclasses every month. We have high level programs too. But if you jump into annual, you'll also have your personal one-to-one. So, so much love and light.